What's up, guys? We got this week's best UFC bets for UFC Vegas 103 Kape versus Almabayev, and I'm excited for this card. I think that there's a lot of good fights on this card, and let's go ahead and get right into it with my lock of the week being William Gomez over Hyder Amil. And I know that's going to be a little interesting to y'all, but I really think William Gomez can beat him. I think that Hyder Amil, though being undefeated, a lot of undefeated fighters have been checked lately, and I think another one is going to get checked in Hyder Amil. I think that William Gomez, though his fighting style is very boring, he is very effective with his striking. He is a technical tactician with his striking. So that is why I'm going with William Gomez. I think that William Gomez is going to be able to use that jab to keep Hyder Amil at bay. I also think that Hyder Amil kind of overextends at times and leaves himself open to counter punches, which you cannot do against William Gomez. He has incredible counter striking abilities, and I think he's going to be using them here. I think as this fight goes on, you're going to see Hyder Amil get more frustrated at the fact of William Gomez being able to enter the pocket, tag you, exit the pocket, and not let you tag him. So I think that Hyder Amil will get angry, will get frustrated, will start leaving some more openings as this fight goes on, and you're going to see William Gomez start combining his combinations, start mixing in some kicks, and keeping and using his grappling to keep this on the feet, not let him take him down to the ground. That's why I like William Gomez. I think that he's going to keep this on the feet. I think he's going to outstrike, outwork, and outdamage a Hyder Amil. As this fight goes on, like I said, it's going to favor William Gomez, and I think he's going to get the decision win over a Hyder Amil, who is undefeated, but it's not going to last very long. And William Gomez sitting at a negative 200, I think that is perfect odds for him. I really think that he's a lot more technical of a fighter. I think Hyder Amil has the explosive and power to knock out William Gomez, but he fails to put himself in the best positions to really use that power to the best of his abilities. So that's why I'm going with William Gomez. And let's go ahead and run it to my most confident picks of this week in John Castaneda to start it off with. I think that he beats the older Douglas Silva de Andrade. I think that John Castaneda also has a clear-cut grappling advantage. I think that he's really quick with his transition. He has tricky submissions. I also think that he has strong takedowns. I like his grappling side of things, but I also like his striking side of things. I think that he's a very good striker, and he's going to have the explosive and speed advantage, I feel like, over Douglas. I think that John Castaneda is very good at entering and exiting the pocket. I feel like he has really, really good clean combinations, quick hands. I think that we're going to see him get the better of Douglas Silva wherever this fight goes. I think on the feet, striking-wise, he has the speed and explosive advantage. I also think in the grappling-wise, he has the trickier submissions, the quicker transitions, and we'll get the better of him there as well. That's why I like John Castaneda sitting at a negative 330. I think that is it. I think that it is great value, and I think John Castaneda is going to beat the older Douglas Silva de Andrade coming to the later end of his career and not looking as good as John Castaneda. And let's go ahead and run it to the next confident pick in Manel Kape over Asu Almabayev. I think Manel Kape is going to beat Asu Almabayev for a couple of reasons. I think that Manel Kape, grappling-wise, is a very, very good defensive grappler. We saw it against Muhammad Mokaev. He had multiple times where he snubbed the takedowns and was able to explode back up to his feet and not let Mokaev garner some control time. I think here, Asu Almabayev doesn't have the grappling skills that Muhammad Mokaev has, so I believe that he's going to be even better in that department. And then you take into account that Asu Almabayev doesn't bring enough of a striking threat to really worry about it, I feel like. So I feel like Manel Kape is also going to be at a complete striking advantage. In his fight, in his last fight, he looked absolutely unstoppable on the feet. His striking looked absolutely phenomenal. His counter-striking abilities look phenomenal. I really like Manel Kape right here. I honestly think Manel Kape is live to knock out or get a technical knockout over Asu Almabayev. I think that we could see Asu land a couple of takedowns, but I don't think he's going to garner that control time and keep Manel Kape down. I think Manel Kape is going to be able to explode to his feet and not let him garner that control time and outstrike, outwork, and outdamage Asu Almabayev and actually knock him out. I really do believe so. I don't believe Almabayev brings enough of a striking threat. I do think that he brings, obviously, the grappling threat, but I don't think he brings a grappling threat at the level of skill that Muhammad Mokaev did. So I think that Manel Kape is going to fare even better at defending these takedowns and keeping it on the feet and just completely outstriking, countering, and outworking a Asu Almabayev. Sitting at a negative 220, I think it's perfect odds. Not to mention, I do want to mention Asu Almabayev did get technical knocked out by a Tagir Ulanbekov, who is known not to have the greatest power in UFC. He has not knocked out anybody in the UFC. So that is something also to keep in mind. I think Manel Kape has the power, striking, and explosive advantage in this fight, and I think that he's going to put it to use here, and I think he's going to get the knockout or technical knockout over Asu Almabayev. I think as this fight goes on, it's going to favor Manel Kape, and I think he's going to get the better of a Asu Almabayev. And let's go ahead and throw it to the next confident pick in Esteban Ribovics over Nasrat Haqparsat. I think Esteban Ribovics is up and coming. I think that he has a tremendous striking skill set. He has got really quick hands. He's got clean combinations. We saw it in the Zellhuber fight. He really showcased his striking. But let's not forget, it's not only the striking that he's very talented in. He has a very good grappling skill set too. And I think that's what's going to help him propel to the win here. I really do. I think Nasrat doesn't have the greatest grappling abilities. I think that he kind of lacks in the grappling abilities, actually. And he honestly, when being taken down, he sucks at exploding back up to his feet and not letting his opponent garner that control time, which is why I'm picking Esteban Ribovics. I think that though many people are looking strictly at the striking, I think that you got to look at the grappling side of things too. I think that he brings a good grappling skill set. I think that he's going to mix in the takedowns with his striking, also mix in the head kicks with his striking, and find success. I really think that Esteban Ribovics is a very good, well-rounded fighter, and he uses every single aspect of it in the fight. He uses the head kicks, he uses the grappling when needed, and he knows how to take you down, knows how to garner that control time, knows how to advance positions on you, knows how to also outstrike you, outwork you, and outdog you. Give me Esteban Ribovics over Nasrat. I think he gets it done here. I do think that decision is a call. I think Nasrat is a very tough, durable opponent, and he is a very highly skilled. He's no bum, no slouch. So I like the decision call sitting at a plus 100. I think it's money. Obviously, you have the straight down the middle money line sitting at a negative 300. I think you get great value out of that too. Throw it in a parlay. I think that he brings a lot more of a well-rounded structure in the fight game over Nasrat, who kind of lacks in the grappling department. So give me Esteban Ribovics. And like I said, the decision at plus 100 is screaming, man. I think that is great value. And let's go ahead and run it to my next confident pick in the overs in the Almeida fight. I feel like this fight is being slept on. I really do. I think that Lucas Almeida and Danny Silva is a complete 50-50 fight. I really do. And having their line sitting at a over 1.5 sitting at a negative 215, over 2.5 sitting at a plus 100, I think those are great value. I really do. Danny Silva lacks in the striking department. He was getting absolutely pieced up down the middle in his last fight. He brings a good grappling skill set, but it's not like he's a tremendous grappler. Yes, he knows how to control you, but I think that somebody like Lucas Almeida will be able to explode back up to his feet, be able to create that space if taken down, and be able to get back up to his feet. Yes, he had the fight with Pat Sabatini where he got crushed on the ground, but Pat Sabatini is a monster on the ground, and I think that this is more of a 50-50 and a lot better of a chance of Lucas Almeida being able to snub takedowns and not let him garner that control time. I think that this fight hits the cards, and I love the value in the overs in this fight. I really do. I think that you're going to see Danny Silva eventually land some takedowns and garner some control time, but I still don't think that there's going to be a finish in this fight. I think it hits the cards, and I think overs are money. And let's go ahead and run it to my underdog picks of this week in Cody Brundage to start it off. I love Cody Brundage as an underdog here. I think Julian Marquez, striking wise, isn't going to fare well against Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage, though having a lot of losses, he did knock down Rodolfo Vieira and almost knock him out. So let's keep that in mind. He has tremendous knockout power. He has an ability to throw straights right down the middle and land frequently. So I like Cody Brundage. I think Marquez leaves his head on the center line a little bit too much. I think he also throws very wild looping shots that I think Cody Brundage could also counter and find the KO. I think that Marquez just leaves a lot of openings in his game. And not only that, he has taken a lot of damage as of recently from Gregory Rodriguez, from other countless people. Reese as well. He has been knocked out multiple times, taking some brutal hits. And I get that he's taken a lot of time off, but I still think that he is going to get absolutely worked here against Cody Brundage. I think that Cody Brundage is going to end this early. I think he's going to find the knockout shot on Marquez. I think that Marquez has too many holes in his game, leaves his head on the center line. Not only that, overextends at times, and tends to get hit a shit ton. So give me Cody Brundage to beat Julian Marquez. When this line came out, I was honestly shocked that Cody Brundage was plus money. I really think that Marquez doesn't bring enough of a striking threat. Yes, he has subtle striking skills, but I just think that he has taken way too much damage as of lately. Not only that, he's just awkward and clunky in the striking department and just leaves his head on the center line too much. So give me Cody Brundage to knock out Julian Marquez. Sitting at a plus 104 straight down the middle money line, I think that is great value. I also like the knockout prop at a plus 250. I think that it is money. Absolute money. Cody Brundage, I think, is going to counter Julian Marquez and find that knockout shot. And I think it's going to be early. I really do. I think that round one knockout for Cody Brundage is perfect. I really do. I think that Marquez is just lacking in a lot of the striking department and even in the grappling department. I think that he's just a very mediocre fighter in general. And I think Cody Brundage is going to come in and show that. And let's go ahead and run it to my Degen picks of this week. To start it off with, I like the side of John Castaneda by submission. And I know it's crazy, but he did sub Miles John, who has really good grappling skills. I also think that he's at a complete grappling advantage. Yes, Douglas has decent jiu-jitsu, but I think that John Castaneda could find himself using that grappling to the best of his ability, garner control time, take down Douglas, advance position, and find the submission. I really do. Sitting at a plus 800, I think that it is crazy. His knockout's even sitting at a plus 800. I think that we could see Castaneda get a submission finish. I think that decision sitting at negative 150 is more likely to happen, yes. But, dude, for me, I see a submission happening. I see him taking him down. I see him advancing position. As Douglas gets tired, as that gas tank starts to wear, he starts making mistakes. You could see Castaneda lock in a submission and get the finish. Sitting at plus 800, I love those. Obviously, that is a Degen prop, so keep that in mind. And let's run it to the next Degen prop in Mariscal by knockout, sitting at a negative 1 or plus 130. I think Mariscal can knock out Ramos. I think that Ramos, though starting to work with fighting nerds, I don't think that's going to make the biggest difference. I think that Ramos kind of lacks in the IQ department and makes stupid moves during his fight at times. And not only that, Mariscal is a tough opponent. He is durable. He is in your face 24/7. He puts the pressure on you. He puts a pace on you. And I think that he's going to wear on Ramos and find the knockout shot. Sitting out at plus 130, I love the value. And then let's throw it to the next Degen prop in Sam Patterson via submission. I love this call. I think that Patterson via submission is the perfect call. I think Barlow lacks in the grappling department. He brings a tremendous striking skill set. But let's not forget, Patterson is a tremendous striker as well. He is matching Barlow in the striking department. He is slick. He is very good with his footwork. He is very good with maneuvering his head, leaving it off the center line, not getting tagged. I also think that Patterson has a clear-cut grappling advantage. Like I said, Barlow has holes in his game, and it's the grappling department. I think we could see Sam Patterson take this down to the ground early, start wearing on Barlow, start diminishing that cardio, start diminishing that gas tank, start diminishing that power and explosiveness of Barlow, and just wear on him. To be completely honest, I think that that's exactly what Patterson needs to do early in this fight, because as this fight goes on, I think it favors Patterson. I think that Patterson is going to start getting the better of him as well in the second to third round, as you see him start to slow down, as long as Patterson uses that grappling with the striking and mixes it in really well. I see Patterson getting the better of Danny Barlow and finding that submission finish. And let's go ahead and run it to the next Degen prop in Cody Brundage by knockout, which I brought up to you guys a little bit earlier. I like Brundage by knockout sitting at a plus 250. I think it is crazy to have those odds. You have Marquez, who is coming off of 3 straight knockouts or technical knockouts, and he has taken a lot of damage. Yes, I get that he has taken a lot of time off, but still, he has taken a lot of damage. We don't know how his chin is. We don't know how he has recovered. So I got to go with Brundage by knockout. Not only that, Brundage did knock down Rodolfo Vieira and almost knocked him out. So I like Brundage by knockout. I think that he lands a straight shot down the middle, or he lands a counter shot as Marquez throws these looping wild shots, leaving himself wide open for a counter shot. So give me Cody Brundage by knockout sitting at a plus 250. Crazy odds right there. I really think that that is one of the best Degen props of this week. And then with the next and final Degen prop, we have Manel Kape by knockout. I think he knocks out Asu Almabayev. Almabayev got technical knocked out by Tagir Ulanbekov, who is not known to have knockout ability, especially in the UFC. We've seen that. He doesn't have any knockouts in the UFC. So I really think that going into this, Manel Kape has a straight-up striking advantage, a straight-up explosive and power advantage. So I like Manel Kape by knockout. I think that if we see the Manel Kape that we saw in his last fight, he is completely unstoppable in the striking department. And in terms of grappling, I don't believe Asu Almabayev brings a better grappling threat than Muhammad Mokaev did. So I think that Manel Kape is going to be able to fare even better in the grappling department, snubbing the takedowns, being able to explode back up to his feet if taken down. So I got to go with Manel Kape. I think that we're going to see him use his grappling to defensively stay on the feet, keep this a striking war, and absolutely outstrike, outwork, and outdamage a Asu Almabayev and find the knockout shot. I think it's either a knockout shot straight down the center, or it's a ground and pound finish for Manel Kape. So give me Manel Kape by knockout sitting at a plus 200 to a plus 185, somewhere in that range. I love those odds. I think that is great value, and I think Asu Almabayev is in for a knockout, or in for a rude awakening. And let's go ahead and run it to my parlays of this week. And let's not forget, as these parlays do go on, they get more degen, more risky, so keep that in mind. I think that as these parlays go on, you're going to see them get more degen and more risky, like I said. But also keep in mind that parlays are some of the reasons that most people lose all their money. So just keep that in mind, and let's go ahead and get right into my parlays of this week. with the first one being Castaneda moneyline, Ribovics moneyline, sitting at a negative 135. I think that is great odds. I really do. I think that Castaneda has a clear-cut grappling advantage. I also think that striking-wise, he's a better striker, more slick, more quick, and has the better combinations. And then on the other side of it, you got Ribovics, who has a clear-cut grappling advantage as well. And he's a lot quicker of a striker and brings a disgusting knockout power as well with it. So I like Ribovics. And then we got the next parlay in Castaneda moneyline and Gomez moneyline sitting at a negative 103. Maybe you don't trust Ribovics as much and you want to go Gomez, the technical tactician in Gomez. I like those odds as well, sitting at a negative 103. I think that is a safe parlay as well. And then let's go ahead and throw it to the next parlay in Brundage moneyline, Ribovics moneyline, sitting at a plus 172. I think that is a live dog parlay. I really think Brundage is going to beat Marquez. I think Marquez has taken too much damage as of recently and is chinny, to be completely honest. So give me Brundage. And then let's throw it to the next parlay in Castaneda moneyline, Gomez moneyline, and Kape moneyline. The big three parlay sitting at a plus 186. I love those odds. I love those three. I really think all three of those people win. I think Castaneda, clear-cut grappling advantage. He's a tough, durable opponent. He's going to fight for your money. Gomez, same thing. He's going to fight for your money. He's very good at entering and exiting the pocket, tagging his opponent, being able to circle out, tag his opponent, circle out. So I like Gomez. Kape. Almabayev has gotten knocked out by Tagir Ulanbekov. He's got pillow hands in the UFC. I think Benel Kape can definitely catch him and put him down. And that is sitting at a plus 186, like I said. Let's throw it to the next parlay in Gomez moneyline. Over 2.5 in the Almeida fight, sitting at a plus 200. Absolutely live to win. Easy money. I really like that parlay. That is one of the best parlays, I think, in my opinion. I really think over 2.5 in the Almeida fight is going to happen. I think that one is being slept on. And I think at plus 100, that is a crazy tag for that one. And let's go ahead and run it to the next parlay in Ribovics moneyline, Kape moneyline, and over 2.5 in the Almeida fight, sitting at a plus 288 plus money value. I love that one as well. I think all of those hit, and I think that plus 288 is a great value. And let's throw it to the next parlay in Almeida moneyline, Brundage moneyline for plus 474. That is the underdog parlay of this week. I think Almeida and Danny Silva is a 50-50 fight. I really think that Almeida is the better striker because Danny Silva got tagged up in his last fight by straight shots down the middle. And I think Lucas Almeida can definitely land shots down the middle. I think Silva does have a better grappling skill set, but I don't think he has a tremendous grappling skill set. I think Almeida will be able to explode back up to his feet if taken down. I also see Danny Silva getting pieced up on the feet. I think Almeida is the better striker. I think that Almeida can get the better of him, outpoint him, outstrike him, and outwork him. And on the other side of it, you have Brundage, which I said a lot better than Marquez. Marquez is just really a bum, a mediocre fighter. Let's just keep it real. He's a mediocre fighter that's a bum that has gotten knocked out 3 times, is chinny, and is going to get laid out here again against Brundage, sitting at plus 474. That is a great underdog parlay. And then let's throw it to the next parlay in Patterson moneyline, Kape moneyline, and Pinto moneyline, plus 542. A savage parlay right there. I really believe that Patterson can get the submission finish. I think that Kape can get the knockout finish. And I think Pinto can make his UFC debut, one to remember, against Austin Lane. I think he can get the knockout finish over Austin Lane there as well. So I love that savage parlay right there. And let's throw it to the next parlay in the Degen knockout parlay in Brundage by knockout, Kape by knockout, sitting at a plus 915. I think that is one of the craziest odds right there. 2 knockouts And I believe both of those happen. I think Brundage is going to wipe the floor with Marquez. I think Marquez is not UFC material, and I think Brundage is going to show that and deliver a knockout finish. And then Kape on the other side, I get that one is a little bit more risky, but I think Kape can definitely lay out Asu Almabayev. I think as this fight goes on, it favors Kape. Not only that, like I said, he got technical knocked out by Tagir Ulanbekov. And you're telling me Manel Kape can't knock him out? When Tagir Ulanbekov is not known to have any knockout power in the UFC? I gotta go with Manel Kape. Especially seeing his flow and his striking that last fight. He looked unstoppable. So I think Kape by knockout is the perfect call. And let's go ahead and throw it to the super Degen parlay and Patterson moneyline, Kape moneyline, Gomez moneyline, Pinto moneyline, and Castaneda moneyline sitting at a plus 1,224. I love that parlay, but keep in mind that is the super Degen parlay. Obviously, super risky, but I think that it could definitely happen. I really do. I like every single one of those picks, and I am very confident in all of them. And let's go ahead and throw it to the next parlay in the max Degen with Patterson moneyline, Brundage moneyline, Gomez moneyline, and the over 2.5 in the Almeida fight, sitting at a plus 2,053. Max Degen, max riskiness in this parlay right there. But I think every single one of them hits. I really do. I really like each and every single one of these props / fighters that I brought up to you guys. And if you guys like the video, make sure you guys subscribe and let me know what you guys think of it in the comments. And I'll get you guys in the next one. Peace.